to Daddy, we left in the dream, captain in the field. I love my drink like Champions League. Every 25 hits, even the only field. Man, I better be road like a Ferrari. We got a band, I said I love of the tweet. Create my own leagues, so off we compete.
Here's Gnabry, he's on a hat-trick and he's in!
This is Corner Flag Talk.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Corner Flag Talk podcast. We're back a little later this week because, for you guys who don't know, we are actually in finals. Yes, school is not actually going on, but we are in finals. And yeah, that's real annoying, dog. I would have never signed up for online schooling, dog. Like, learning from this, real respect to anybody, dog, who actually signed up to do their degree online, dog. Because this shit idiot, dog.
People do the entire degree online, yeah, boy. That's...
No, this is worse. I thought nothing could have been worse than in school, dog, but this is worse. Like, I have lecturers who are purposely being spiteful because we home, dog. Like, if that make the course any easier now, boy. But welcome back, guys. You know, we here to talk about some football. Before anything, like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz, because I always forget to say them thing at Corner Flag Talk on every single platform out there. Which like good?
Yeah, you know, we out here chilling good, you know. Life good from behind the gate.
It's true. Firstly, to all the Trinidadians listening, because, you know, I just checked the diaspora. We actually have real foreigners. Big up to all you. To the Trinidadians, first of all, please don't think that we out of this, that we out of the woods yet. Keep doing your social distancing, keep doing your part. While we may not have one mass this week, you know, we have a distance, you know, and even in bringing the content to you, we try not to take no unnecessary risk. And for you guys out there, please don't be doing anything dotish, because mans want to go outside, and we need to make sure outside safe before we do them things.
Yeah, it's not just for you too. You have to look out for your family members, and yeah, everybody's really family and shit and that. So yeah, look out for each other.
So we inside for a little while again. So yeah, but we here Thursday, Bundesliga action twice this week. Once at the weekend and then once again in the midweek. We're gonna breeze over the weekend results. Not that they were any less important, but because one, the kind of obvious teams won, and then two, the Klassiker, the big game between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, top of the table clash happened during the weekend. You guys know we want to focus on that. So at the weekend, things kind of just flew like how you would expect it. Bayer Leverkusen won 3-1 away from home. Kai Havertz at the goals again. Dortmund won 2-0 away from Wolfsburg, which was a no-fuss game. Was really relatively easy for them. Sartre came off the bench to add another assist to his name. Going down the line, Bayern Munich ramped a 5-2 win against Eintracht Frankfurt. In a little upsetting news, Schalke lost 3-0 at home to FC Augsburg. And lastly, RB Leipzig ramped to a 5-0 win away to Mainz. It was a good response given that they drew on the first day back. And that was actually Timo Werner's second hat-trick against them this season. The man has 6 goals, and then Mainz Twitter account went and tweeted, Liverpool, can you come get him now? Yeah, dog. I think if I score 6 goals in 2 games, dog, you'll be a little fed up by him. You know, that's like Suarez and Norwich, dog. You know? And then, so we go into midweek, because things kind of happen as usual. Just Haaland and scored the weekend. And then, in the week now, Wolfsburg, dog. Wolfsburg come out not to play against Bayer Leverkusen and won 4-1. Eintracht Frankfurt and Freiburg actually was a real entertaining game on Tuesday.
Yeah, those two were surprising results there.
Yeah, beat a 3-3 game. And then on Wednesday, it was 2-2 between Leipzig and Hertha Berlin as they start again.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice what happened in their game.
Yeah, boy. And then Schalke lost again. And you know, Schalke was looking good for our last season, you know, but I don't know why it is.
So much red cards happen.
Yeah, boy. That real happened. But that's what's happened when you use VAR correctly now, boy. You know?
What was VAR calls?
Some of them. But you see, they get correct because Germany actually know how to use VAR. Not England.
Yeah, because that's the problem coming with England. England used to just focus so much on VAR when it comes to the goals. Like just they look at VAR and say, no VAR there for like if a man do something and the referee can't see, yeah, they should have red card.
Like hands the ball before the team go on and score on the other
Yeah,
end.
run, jump in the air and pull a man by your ass and all that too.
Weird. So as everybody would like to focus on the Klassiker, Dortmund hosted Bayern Munich. This game was relentless in the first 40 minutes. You could argue that both teams deserved to score in the first 40 minutes or so. And then Bayern did what they do, exuded their class. Joshua Kimmich with an excellent chip against Roman Burki, who I think is go bar. And then Bayern did what they do, showed their class in the second half and just kept them at bay. While coming close, Robert Lewandowski hitting the post, Gnabry having some chances fluffed. But yeah, it was a pretty professional performance by Bayern Munich. Virgil, you saw the goal, right? From Kimmich, right?
I saw the goal.
Do you think that it was more about the fault on Burki or class by Kimmich?
I give it a fault on Buki for that, to be honest. But yeah, not take anything away from it because it really was class though. But from that you'll expect a keeper to do much better at a game like that.
Yeah,
expect. But you have to say credit to Bayern on that. Bayern came out and look where the goal came from. A source like Kimmich.
You know, like let me see the game had finished 0-0, but the play had played out exactly how it did. I would have given Kimmich or Boateng man of the match because Bayern were really, really good, especially in the second half, at keeping Dortmund at bay. And Kimmich was really central to that, you know. Kimmich is an excellent box-to-box presence. I know people label him as a DM, but he's really good at getting forward, helping the team and creating chances, as well as, you know, the whole team is functioning really well in all areas of the pitch on the hands of Flick. And I as well think that Burki is a little at fault in the post-match interview. Muller and Kimmich both referenced that in their research leading up to the game, they knew Burki because he isn't the tallest keeper or doesn't have the longest arm, something to that effect, that he tends to step a little bit off his line and that you can't catch him, and that's exactly what Kimmich did. And then knowing that, you know, he got his hand to the ball while it was going in, you know, you feel like, you know, he get catch off guard, and as a keeper, you always had to be on guard.
Yeah, when I saw it, then I saw it, and I didn't really study then if his hands had get the ball, and I'd look back here. I'd see it, but I just say he's not really the tallest keeper. But I feel like with that, because Kimmich really catch him out of position, to be honest.
Yeah,
and catch him on the back pedal. You think that he could have done something better. It might be, you know, everybody's always saying, you know, pundits be a lot harder on goalkeepers.
Yeah.
But in all defense, I feel like for a goal like that happened to you, I feel like you can't really bash him, but you have to say you could do a lot better on that.
Yeah. But class from Kimmich, he's really becoming one of the best midfielders. Most versatile players. He really is like the next alarm in truth, dog. But Bayern were good on this game. I did say I think Boateng could have been man of the match. The irony though is that the biggest point of contention for Dortmund came from a handball from him, or what was ruled as not a handball rather, for a potential penalty from an effort from Haaland. And Boateng went to the ground, and it looked like he attempted to make his body bigger by extending his arms, which by definition is supposed to be a penalty, but there was no VAR review. Well, not that there wasn't a VAR review, but Dortmund didn't ask for anything. They didn't complain. They went and take the next corner quite quickly. And I actually learned this week that according to the rules, that given that Dortmund went and restarted play, that restarted another phase of play. So by VAR rules, even if VAR thought that it was a pen, they couldn't go back and change anything. And I want to know, Virgil, if you think that's influenced by the fact that there wasn't a crowd. Because if a crowd was there, and the crowd will make a certain noise, and not just getting the referee head, but like getting the players head too, like, oh wait, there's something here we could ask for, you know? And before I answer that though, did you watch the stream on FS1 with the fake crowd noise?
Nah.
Dog, so I watched the stream with the fake crowd noise, and I'll be honest, I actually liked it, dog. Like, I don't like the idea of people thinking that fans are replaceable which they aren't by no means. But it was nice though, and the noise was actually kind of in sync to how the game was flowing. Like when Dortmund was in charge, he had more Dortmund.
Oh
chants.
wait. So they had noise throughout every single play.
Yeah,
That real cool though.
and it actually
That
added
real
atmosphere
cool.
to the game though. But yeah, do you think that if the crowd was there, you think that a penalty would have been at least contested and possibly given?
Yeah, for sure. Because realistically, the players on the pitch there, and at a situation like that, remember their focus is getting the ball back quick as possible and just getting the play restarted. But majority of the time, if something happen, like even like you say a tackle, some might go into a tackle and they might just get up and go. But from the reaction of the crowd, you might be like, okay, well maybe there is something in that. So which would have the players stop and just and think and just talk to the ref about it, because be like, hey, not only us, all people around us see it too. So maybe you should really go back and look at this. Because realistically, as I said, in the heat of the moment, those players just focus on getting that ball back and just continuing. So they won't really be too focused on it.
So there's the third game in a row the third game that we've restarted the Bundesliga. Another single game yet Jadon Sancho has started. Are you reading into that, Virgil, or do you think that's just a case of easing him back in fitness, that kind of thing?
Well, when the season started back, a lot of people was looking at his fitness and looking at his physique and saying that he looking a little out of shape. And
Man look pudgy, dog. Man look a little pudgy.
because realistically with that, remember, him being home, him being wherever that come down to, if you want to dig deep into and say discipline, look at that and say, a lot of players might not be able to train as good as much players in the home. Him being young too, man might want to sit down home and play some game. You really can't fight enough for that. But all that is part of the mindset of being a footballer. You have to overcome that. You have to, because you know that you have to get on with it. And for him to be able to be incorporated back into the side, because not only getting back the fitness, but getting up to speed now. Because a lot of players, it's like short pre-season. People just have used pre-season and all that to get up to speed. And if it's a case of that's going to take a good while to get up to speed.
But to be fair though, Torgan Hazard has been playing really well though. And him and Julian Brandt.
Torgan showing the pudge.
What?
Torgan a little pudgy too.
I don't find so. You find so?
I ain't see Torgan, so I don't know.
I find Torgan play good.
That's
He's starting over. Well, I guess in essence he's starting over him.
I know that in the Hazard household, let me see it good.
It's true. You're not wrong.
You know
that he missed take a whole preseason to lose a belly, Eden Hazard.
That Hazard household is good.
Man. But yeah, so now that puts 7 points between Dortmund and Bayern at the top of the table. Leipzig drop points again, and so did Leverkusen. I'll be honest, for a while I was buying into the Leverkusen hype. I still kind of am with certain players. I am very much drawn to Kai Havertz. Most people know that already. But there are other players here that I find looking really talented, such as Moussa Diaby, such as Demirby. I was pronounced that. But yeah, there are a few players that I find looking quite good.
Yeah.
Some players that Arsenal or could go and look for, But yeah, and the title done and dusted, right? So I want to ask you, Virgil, before I answer. What do you think Dortmund needs to do to upset the monopoly they have on the league? The monopoly that Bayern has on the league. Because, who would you say closer? Dortmund or Leverkusen? Or our next team, if you think our next team.
Well, Leipzig still have a shot, but the thing with it, Dortmund, Bayern have that mindset and that have that mentality of when they go to face anybody, they know they're killing them off. It's like we're not playing around. Because remember when Bayern was showing those signs of those weaknesses early in the season, you could see that something was happening. They recognize that they switch up the game and kill them off. Even at a time like this, you have to learn to adapt. You know that every game now is like a neutral venue. We could go to these home stadiums now. We're not going to be affected by the crowd. We know majority of those teams might be relying on crowd, but we could kill them off. I just feel like Dortmund and Leipzig and Leverkusen, they just soft when they come to the team. They're not going attacking the throat at for anything. Like look at Leipzig. you're looking at those games, you're seeing that there's an upset from how Leipzig, from how the season ended off. You saw Leipzig just going up.
Yeah.
Whereas in Europe, you're seeing how they were just killing off people.
I mean, Spurs was food though.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's really realistic.
I mean, that's not even me fighting them, but they was
Yeah, no, but
basically two star players.
That whole game, but other games too in Europe. But you're seeing Leipzig just going at it. Everybody was like, all right, this Bundesliga has turned to.
So you would say Leipzig closer than Dortmund?
Nah, I'll still say Dortmund.
So what do you think
closer.
Dortmund need to do in order to firmly challenge Bayern then? To actually throw them off the peak though.
Remember, the only thing Dortmund could do is take every game as it come. Every game they had to come, they have to treat it as a final. They have to win. And all they could do right now is focus and hope Bayern slip up.
Right.
They can't do anything now. So they had their chance to get in Bayern head and throw them off a little bit.
Yeah.
And they mess up that. Because it's one thing to lose a game and drop points, but to drop points against the title rivals, that's a big problem. That's real hard to come back from. So I feel like all Dortmund could do right now is focus on winning all the games now, because you had to hope and pray Bayern drop too.
I think a big part of it for me is that there are players that if they stay in a certain situation for a while could develop a very weak mentality. And I can attest to that. I support Arsenal for crying out loud though. I think there's some players in my club that have a weak mentality. And similar for other clubs that are in that are stuck in stagnation or possibly receding, right? And players that come to mind is players like Roman Burki, for example, And then when players never had that moment where they felt like they crossed the hurdle, then until they have crossed that hurdle, it's hard for them now. And I say that in the essence of, take Jadon Sancho, for example. Jadon doesn't have a big game yet that you could say it was his game. It was the Jadon Sancho game that he took on Madrid or Barca or Bayern or whoever it is, PSG, whoever they're playing. And you could say that Jadon stamped his name. And yeah, Haaland has his moments, and it is yet to be seen if Haaland just riding on this ultra wave of adrenaline and form, or if this is his level next season. But then you have players like Witzel and like I say, Burki and a few others who never tasted success, with a few exception of like Hummels and Götze, who had to go other places to get success, And then I think too, like I say, weak mentality in players like Akanji has been really topsy-turvy form. I think sometimes a little over-reliance on youth. Like this fella that coming into the ranks now, Reyes, the American, he real highly rated and thing too, but he was almost going to start against Schalke and then got injury. And that's your derby. And I'm not saying that he's not talented, but like you already have Jadon who's young, you already have Haaland who's young, you have Brandt who's young, you have Zagadou who's young, you have Hakimi who's young. At the end of the day, experience breeds a certain consistency level. And not everybody's Mbappe who, as they break out, has this amazing level of consistency, So yeah.
Yeah, because I just said because realistically, Dortmund have a squad. They have a dream squad. They have a squad. They
have a career mode squad.
They have because as you see,
in like 5 years, all them men could be world stars, though.
Big to big, and they see the potential there. But
if they can stick around,
is if you're comparing them to a team like Bayern, where winning titles and winning trophies to them is like breathing now.
And I think that is the flip side of the mentality I'm talking about here, though, that you go to Bayern, okay, it's to win. So automatically it forces your mentality to change. Yeah. And look at serial winners you had there, dog. Muller has won everything except a Euros, dog. But he has a World Cup, he has Champions League, he has he has numerous Bundesliga titles. He's the second highest scorer for Germany ever in the World Cup, dog. And not just him, Lewandowski is the only player with 40 goals this season, dog. Killer mentality.
Yeah, he cool as ice right now.
Gnabry came from Werner Brennan. And I won't say it was instantly because him and Ancelotti didn't work out well at first. But as soon as he started to play for the first team, assimilated. A better example, look at Alphonso Davies, a Canadian left winger, slotting at left back and has arguably been one of the top 5, maybe top 3, maybe top 2 left backs in the world this season, dog. Which is incredible recovery pace, though. You know, they call him Roadrunner, yeah, you know.
Man, too fast, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Jeez, boy.
Hey, on a side note, dog, I packed his team on the season card of FIFA, dog. It's sad, though, to play that man in midfield, dog.
Yeah, boy.
But, yeah. Do you know, Virgil, who had no impact on the game between Bayern and Dortmund?
No.
Philip Coutinho, which segues perfectly. It's going across to England. Philip Coutinho is linked with us numerous set of clubs, Virgil.
Yep.
And I would like to hear, who do you think will be the perfect landing spot for the Brazilian?
Well, I know a lot of the teams that have been fit. I know Arsenal looking at him. Newcastle, well, Newcastle, if that thing will happen.
To buy Newcastle.
Yeah, they're looking at him. I remember it had all kind of rumors of Chelsea back to Liverpool, but realistically, him come back to England is like Coutinho had his time in England, and a lot of
where else he'll go?
Yeah, and it
didn't work out in Spain.
Because when you reach that level, when you play that in that level of Barca and Madrid, you're thinking of where else could go. Because it's not to say that you can't, that you know, you're too big or everything is a step below. It's just as simple as.
But I would say, Virgil, I do think that he is the midfielder that Liverpool misses in a sense.
And big to big, because that's what I want to again. I'm saying that realistically, Liverpool right is better than Barcelona. We know that, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Him to go up there, he's not going to be a starter. He has to fight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to be in a setup like Liverpool, that is what Coutinho needs. So that whole leaving in the first place. Because remember, this whole new step, Barca still trying to get back his identity and all that. That throwing him off. Him going to Bayern identity is not like that.
Yeah.
If he looks to go Newcastle, that's him trying to find a whole new identity again.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal, they don't identity like that. Arsenal could get so much good players, but if you bring Coutinho, you could use that money to strengthen other places realistically and get better talent.
I don't think they're gonna get back their money at all, no matter who they sell it to.
At all.
I think they'll be lucky if they get back like half of that. And it's not because Coutinho is a bad player, but one, they were extorted into getting him because Liverpool had the upper hand, Barca were desperate. And then two, his stock has fallen. And I think the way the market is, you know, we've been hearing rumors, clubs like Arsenal and Spurs, that the chances of them spending money, actual money, is very low. That they'll be looking for a lot of swap deals, loan deals in the market, and not just them, but you'll see that for a lot of clubs, given the financial state of football right now. You know,
and look at those teams you call. Would those teams, but really, would Arsenal?
But only to play on the left wing.
Yeah, but I know. Like let's say somebody, I know Arsenal was linked with Klassiker. Somebody like him, a younger person. But if Arsenal to pay over 70 million.
Oh no, I would pay that for him.
You would not.
For Havertz?
No, for Coutinho.
Oh no.
Yeah, over 70 million for a 27-year-old. When you could use that money to try and get Havertz. Neres. You have the other fellow, some other fellow of mine, but it's a young Dutch fellow.
I get what you're
It's
saying.
a young Dutch fellow in PSV, that real bad. But realistically, why would
Yes, I know who you're talking
that
about.
man real bad though. But yeah, realistically, why would you pay that? Because realistically, Arsenal not at the level of.
I think the best that they'll get is like a 2-year loan and a 40 million.
That's the only thing you can get at this point in time. If you go at a team like Atletico or something like that, does him have to adapt
I don't
his
think
whole
he
style?
gets suit there though.
Because I said that whole
Maybe Juve. But
yeah,
I mean,
maybe. You see, the only way he could fit in that team now is if a big team loses somebody and they just need to fill a hole.
And I also think that he's a very ball-centric player now. He needs to be on the ball. And I think like he needs to go a team that is willing to make him the center man. And that's not easy, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, I would take him though, to be real honest.
He's a real good player, to be honest. Big to big.
Because, you know, I know my boy was in decline. I accept that. And he could come and take his spot. And I also think they could work together, you know. Have Coutinho on the left, Ozil in the middle, Pepe Boss on the right, Oba Boss on top, you know. Do you know, since Auburn's reached the Premier League, Virgil, he scored more goals than anybody. Just thought I should remind you of that now, right? Yeah. Man's 49 goals and 70 something appearances for a shit club. Imagine that.
All facts.
You don't find it funny though
Yeah.
that he gave the restart the Premier League on the 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, the Premier League is back. It's Arsenal versus City.
That gonna be that
find
gonna be a nice game, boys. That.
I feel we should watch it together.
Yeah,
I think
we
we
could do it because that's the 27th, then.
The 17th.
The
I did 17th or the 20th.
So yeah, around that. Yeah, because we could be done. We could be.
Yeah, we finished with the exams
I'll be
right
done
now.
with the exams, so.
Yeah,
That'd be
that would
vibes,
be
though.
real
That'd
funny.
be vibes,
Though.
though,
I
yeah.
find that funny. I'm looking forward to it though, because it'll be Pep versus Pep Junior.
Yeah.
And but there are a lot of players who still citing a lot of concerns. We already hear about Troy Deeney a lot. And N'Golo Kante is actually currently training with the Chelsea team alone because he refused to train with the group with the fears of contracting the virus. Aaron Ramsdale, the Bournemouth goalkeeper, was one of the players who was tested positive. A further couple was tested positive in the championship. And at the end of the day, the more tests they run, the more people will pop up positive.
Yeah.
But on a positive note, the bulk of it is that the majority of players is good. And as of 2 days ago or yesterday, they announced that teams will be allowed to participate in a full intensive training. So they said by the end of the week, you'll see more 11v11s and that kind of stuff as teams become prepared to come back out. I do think that we would see a trend more of teams that were better on paper should be doing better on the field because they have less outside influence and it's just about skill. So unfortunately, they're going to play into the hands of the bigger teams, and I think that will play more into the hands of teams like Man United, where
Facts.
I think United only have to play Spurs left because I think they played everybody else, everyone of the big teams twice already. So the fact that they would have like the majority of the smaller teams left, it should play into their hands. Italy also got the clearance to return. I believe they will be back on the 20th. So they will be back on the 20th, and the Premier League is back on the 17th. That's where I got the 2 dates from. And the Premier League aims to be finished by, I think they say latest August. Something like that.
I saw that same thing too.
But yeah, I my concern, Virgil, is still that England as a country, as a society, is nowhere close to where Germany is in terms of dealing with the virus. And so far, the return of football in Germany has been good. Now, the real backlash from it we got here this Saturday coming here. Because this Saturday going to make 2 weeks since German football has resumed. And if we hear that no set of extra raise in the COVID level rises, that means things have been going well, we can keep continuing, and everything could go along as planned in Germany. But I don't know if England is in a place to start looking at things like that now. And that might be why they push it to quite June 17, because I think the Bundesliga had announced they'd be back, and it was like the following week, Saturday, they was back. You know, England giving themselves nearly a month. Maybe that's why. But I just worry that it's too much money talking and too much our concern on losing money. Like, oh gosh, if you know me, I was one of the biggest WWE haters though. One of the biggest WWE haters. And then this season come, he was around meh on the Emery. And this is after to take over. Man has been really good. To me, he's been one of the best defenders in the league. I didn't even like the guy. Right? Because money's so bad, Virgil, there's a possibility that we might not renew his we have our option to extend his contract, right? He's been the best defender, best center back we've had for the season gone, right? We might not extend his contract because it don't look like we'll get funds other ways. And okay, I'm sure that given his stature in the game, he's on something rather substantial, something over 150, right? But I mean, he's only going to be there for another year. And we looking at that as, yo, that's an expense. That is too much. And that's crazy to think that I had dead weight in like Socrates and Mustafi just standing out there, dog, with their wages, dog. And yet one who's actually playing and actually looking good can't get to play, you know? But I just worry that there's too much financial burdens pushing this rather than England actually being in a place to be able to deal with the football being back.
Yeah, because remember, you don't want the players jump back out, and as they say, if something is to happen, if a second wave or something is to hit, or even if a lot of people take a contract, what they going to do from there? We won't know all that, but you have to hope that they have plans in place of, backup plans. If they jump back out and one person have it, and then after they end up spreading on a whole team, you can't just, what are you going to do? Stop, just kick out that one.
I have a funny question for you, dog. You think we'll still in the title race?
No.
But, so we're now talking about teams playing, if they look better on paper, they'll be better in real life, right? Very few teams feed off our atmosphere like Liverpool.
It's true.
I mean, City doesn't have no fans in the stadium anyway. So, dog, use half of their fan base right here.
Dog, hey, I don't understand. The facts is...
Hey, well, I'm making a serious point, though. What if, like, Liverpool stutter?
It's true.
I mean, okay, I'll be real honest. I don't believe that they can stutter to the point that they lose this title. But imagine, like, so there's a possibility, I think, by the end of their next match, they could win the title, something like that, depending on how City results go.
Yeah.
Imagine if they get pushed out on, like, 3-4 games on the road, though, because they draw and they lost and they draw and they lost or something like that,
And if you really look at it, too, like I say, you're at a point where everybody now trying to get back to 100%. You might really see Liverpool might struggle to come back out. They don't know how those players were in
It's
the
true, because the last time we take a football break, Liverpool come back out, lost Chelsea in the Cup, lost Atletico twice, lost to Watford. They lost anything else? Nah, I think that's about it. But still lost a whole shit,
And if you're seeing men like
Fabinho look hella rusty.
Like, if you see men like not Fabinho, Firmino, Mane, have all like he and lose nothing aerodynamic. The men gonna lose some pace.
Hey my God,
dog. But at this point, you're realistic. Remember, every time you talk about from now, like our last episode we talking about teams feeding off the crowd and how would this mean? Realistically, if you look at the example, Liverpool is up there on that example. They have to be up there. So you have to, yeah, boy. And them teams that have them big stadium like Old Trafford and Anfield empty and that quiet.
It'll be real interesting to see like a lot of injured players coming back, Arsenal getting back, Tierney, you're getting back, Laporte and Sane. United getting back, Rashford, and Pogba. Wow, shit. Chelsea getting back, Pulisic, and probably Loftus-Cheek.
And Kane coming back too.
Kane and Son. Liverpool getting back, VAR. Everybody getting back, somebody coming back,
Everybody coming back.
Before we close off, just on a complete side note, apparently Arteta, like in these small group trainings, he's been having Saka train with the forwards, which I'm glad to hear, because I would really like to see Saka play in the front line and let Tierney play left back, and maybe the two of them can play on the same side. And like, the man learn everything from Pep. Like how Pep had Delph tuck in while Sane hold the width.
Yeah.
We could have Tierney tuck in while Saka hold the width.
Hey,
boom, bam, bam.
That boy Saka. You put him,
he talented.
you put him closer to goal. He had to be closer to goal.
Dog, and the real taunt to me on social media, them point out that sort of Saka content, dog, and saying is only just begun. Because he only has 18 months left on his contract, dog. So they're trying to renew. But, yeah. So it's been good. Anything else you want to talk about, Virgil?
Well, you anything to I want to ask you. With all this happening, I remember they talking and saying, I think the Leon president came out and was asking for the league to start back.
Yeah. I saw that actually.
Yeah,
because I think now France feeling kind of dumb that they jumped the
gun, to be honest.
And I think that as long as league, like I don't know, like was it legal ramifications from the start, but I think if they could, they should play the football. Let everything be decided on the pitch. You know, as long as it's safe. You know? Because if Italy, which was hit one of the hardest countries, could come back, then
I feel PSG won't mind that either. Won't mind the whole, let's continue where we left off. I sure they won't mind that.
Yeah, because
remember football.
And the Champions League got to start back too.
Footballers just want footballers want to play football in your car.
And this only last Champions League for the next 2 years.
Allegedly, we back in the court. We kick around in our court. We keep all updated on that too.
Catch you guys next time. See you soon. Take it easy. Later.
Daddy, we live in the dream, captain in the field. All of Madrid like Champions League.